The Flash is a student forum for students produced by students. Students make all content decisions, research, write, shoot, and broadcast news stories they deem important to the Eastview community. Stay tuned.
Hey Eastview, I'm Nick.
And I'm Kian.
And welcome to a special Halloween episode of The Flash.
We have 3 scary stories for you today, from an inspiring story of a community coming together,
to how 2 underground scenes intersect.
and finally, what an event here at Eastview means to the world of dance.
So make sure to
Stay tuned for The Flash. So Nick, what are you meant to be this Halloween?
This year, I decided to go as Mr. Peanut. What about you?
Well, I'm a chef because we're going to cook up a great show today.
Well, for our first course, The Flash went out to the Burnsville Center to showcase the story behind one important community tradition.
Ibrahim has the story.
This is the biggest ramp of its kind in the upper Midwest. The 13-foot structure has found a new home in Burnsville.
The community needs it. The kids are skating it.
For a while, its future was uncertain until one man stepped in.
Give it up for Mark.
Mark Somerville, lifelong skater and founder of Skaterapolis, led the efforts to rehouse the ramp to a skate park at the Burnsville Mall.
The history of this vert ramp's kind of a unique story. This is the 3rd location that it's been at.
Last year in July, the vert ramp was forced to relocate for a second time.
Everybody kind of thought vert was over with, and then we heard like, well, if we found a spot for it, maybe we could make it work out. So we hit up the mall, and they said, yeah, we're kind of into it. If you can find a location that works and makes sense. Vert ramps are typically between 12 to 14 feet tall, and they usually have a vert wall up to like 2.5 feet of straight vert. Minnesota has a very strange law when it comes to the height of obstacles at public skate parks. The only problem is you have to go through the city to get it rezoned. So it was a pretty big process just to get it approved, but it got approved unanimously.
The vert ramp moved, but the community surrounding it did the same.
We had a lot of volunteers, a lot of parents, a lot of skateboarders that got our elbows dirty. It's the best it's ever been right now.
Keep it going, Raina.
I was super excited because it's like so close to me and like it's so accessible now. The community of girls like surrounding the vert ramp is really good. Like I'm friends with most of the girls and they're all super nice and super supportive.
All right, good luck, man.
Thanks to Mark Somerville and all who helped at Skaterapolis, the future of vert skating is looking brighter and a little higher than ever.
For The Flash, this is Ibrahim with the help of Piercen and Jenny, signing off.
Make sure to check out the vert ramp's new home at the Burnsville Center.
You know, Kian, you seem like a guy who could bust out a few tricks on the skateboard.
You know, back in my day, they called me the Tony Hawk of Highland Elementary.
Keeping the subject on skating, one of our members went out to talk to a few bands who are mixing kick flips with kick drums on the Minneapolis music scene.
Jenny has the story.
In Minnesota's local scene, 2 passions collide, skateboarding and music. Today we're diving into the world of 2 bands who live at this intersection. Grace Berg, who grew up in Apple Valley, has been skateboarding for 8 years and drumming for 10. She's a member of the bands Keep for Cheap and Baumgartner.
I think being part of both the communities really helps me to have like a diverse kind of perspective from each thing. So like when I'm a skateboarder, I'm also a drummer, but when I'm a drummer playing in my bands, I'm also a skateboarder. So I'm kind of putting that into what I do. Something else that helps like identify me to be different, I guess, and putting that into my style when I skate or my style when I play drums. And there's like a lot of younger generations coming in, which I was kind of that kid and there weren't really a ton of us at the time. But now there's this huge flood of kids that are super into like heavier music or just going to shows and like supporting their community.
While Grace inspires the next wave, a band here in Minneapolis called Unwanted Existence brings their own voice to the scene.
We're Unwanted Existence, and we formed on October 1st of this year.
Us being youth entering the Twin Cities music scene, it's super dope because then everyone can grow and like evolve with their sound and like how they skate. I definitely have lots of emotions, anger, just lots of emotions I struggle with. So I put that into my skating and also into my lyricism.
You want to get like one trick down really good and like get it every single time, but you also want to get that with your music too, being able to play like every single part right. I think that really resembles with skating as like just practicing and practicing just to get things better, you know.
With bands like Grace's and Unwanted Existence, Minnesota's skate and music scenes continue to evolve and blend into one. Signing off from The Flash, this is Jenny with the help of Angel and Lilly.
If you want to support these bands, they're both playing concerts on Halloween night.
You know, those bands make some really great music. You know, stuff you can dance to.
I totally agree.
Are you any good at dancing, Nick?
See for yourself.
Wow, I mean, that blew my socks off. I think I know of an event where people dance almost as good as that.
Almost. Piper has the story.
This Sunday, dance team members from all over the state gathered, as they have for the past 22 years, for a unique competition.
Miss Dancing Minnesota is a solo competition for dance team members.
And just show off like their individual talents that they don't really get to show off during the dance team season.
And compete against one another to place in like a top 10.
Although placements were at stake, that wasn't what mattered to these three dancers.
And the top few dancers from each grade will come together and do Team Minnesota, which competes in California in the spring.
Just really great athletes from all different schools, and it's really fun.
But making the team was just the start of the camaraderie.
I feel like the environment with Team Minnesota is very supportive, and I feel like it's really cool to see.
Those people are up in the front, like cheering for you, and I think that just shows the community.
It's a great opportunity for all of us dancers to just like bond with each other more and make those connections that we don't really get during the dance team season since we're just all with our own team. I love all the people on Team Minnesota, and like they all mean like family to me.
Not just a team, a family.
Dance is more than just a competition, and it's more about the connections you make along the way.
Even though we compete against each other, we do come in and compete for each other.
Signing off for The Flash with help from Avani and Sahiti, this is Piper.
I don't know, Nick. I think you might have some competition.
I guess so. You can support these dancers at the Fall Dance Tech Show this Sunday at 7 p.m.
Well, Eastview, that's all we have for you today.
Have a spooky and safe Halloween, and make sure to stay tuned for the credits.
Hello? What is that noise? What is that noise? What is... God, I must be too tired. Let me just check it out. Hello? Is anyone there? It's too dark. Let me turn on the light or something. What was that noise? Who is it? I have a weapon.
Play with us.
Happy Halloween!